This is about the so-called Nano Banana, which I find hard to say, actually. I keep wanting to say Nana Banana. But the Nano Banana, which is a AI-powered video editor, effectively, from Google. And a lot of people are talking about it, saying, oh, it'll get rid of Photoshop and that kind of stuff. Whether it'll get rid of Photoshop or not remains to be seen. I doubt it for professional work, at least not in the state it's in right now. But it does do some very interesting things, and in a very exceptional way in many cases. As with most of these types of things, they work most of the time. They don't work for everything. They don't work properly all the time. You'll still get weird stuff here and there, but it is very interesting to play with. It's free for now. Let me bring it up here so you can see it. So if you go to aistudio.google.com, you can sign in with your Google account and go to the click Nano Banana here, which is actually the proper name is Gemini 2.5 Flash Image, which, as they say, is a state-of-the-art image generation and editing. So it will generate images, and you can, text to image. You type in what you want to see, and it'll make it. Other programs do that too. Grok does it. ChatGPT does it. They also do some level of image editing, but not as effectively as Nano Banana does. I've got some examples to show you. This won't take long. I'm just giving you a quick overview. I don't use Photoshop myself. I do use both GIMP occasionally and more recently Krita, which both have the ability to do, layers and that kind of thing, which is a lot of the stuff you do in Photoshop. I'm not terribly proficient at using layers. I understand the concept, but I'm not really good at it. Long story short, I feel that the Nano Banana here does give you the regular schmuck like me the ability to make images similar to what you'd be able to do with Photoshop, and some time and some skill. Let's give you some examples and quit yapping about it here. So this is, for a very simple example, this is me. This is an actual photo of me. And I asked Nano Banana, or Gemini 2.5 Flash, to give me some hair. And I sort of described the hair, and it came up with this, which is very probably what I would look like if I did not shave my head. I have male pattern baldness. My hair was receding at the time when I started shaving it from the front, and I have a big bald spot in the back. But you see how it matches the color quite well. I told it would probably a light colored sandy hair with gray and then white on the temples. So it did that very effectively. And it looks, if you go in a little bit, it looks very, I think, very convincing. I mean, that looks pretty darn good to me. It's reminiscent of how I looked before I started shaving my head. So there I am. And there it is. And the important thing to notice on this, it does not change my face. If you use Grok or ChatGPT in a similar way, more likely than not, it's going to change your face. It might change it subtly. It might change it quite dramatically, but it will change your face. Here's a couple of other examples. Now, this photo here is supposed to be me looking sort of surprised, holding my hand as if I'm holding something in it. And I actually want to put a lightsaber in my hand and have it, pointing up here. So I could do that in GIMP. I actually do know how to do lightsaber stuff. It's pretty simple. You just use a mask and a filter and blah, blah, blah. It's easy enough to do. Takes a little while, and I'm not very good at it, but also, what I'd probably do if I was doing it in GIMP would be to hold like a flashlight or something in my hand to give me that handle, like a lightsaber. But this is just my empty hand. So I tried it first with Grok, I said, I think the prompt was something to the effect of put a blue lightsaber in my hand, something like that. So it came out with this, which is, it looks like a blue toy lightsaber, one of the plastic ones that light up, which is fair enough. And the photograph is similar. It's a little janky. If you watch my eye here, it's a little, my expression seems to have changed a bit as well. But it got the idea, Most of the background and other stuff are the same. And you can see it actually moves my hand a little bit to accommodate moves my fingers a little bit to accommodate the lightsaber handle. Now, if we look at the Nano Banana version, that's quite a bit better. My image is much more similar to the original one. I think it's almost identical, actually, when you compare them side by side. Also, it gives the glow from the lightsaber. It puts the glow on me. I don't know if you can see here, but let's go back to the original. Here's the original one here. Here's the doctored one. And if you notice, it even does stuff like it puts a reflection of the lightsaber blade in my eyeglasses, which is something you could do and certainly could do in Photoshop, but I have no idea how to do that. So that I thought was pretty impressive. Here's another example. And this is not a super example in the sense that you can do this with other apps and so on. Here's the dog on our bed. Now, I asked it to put, instead of a dirty carpet that we have here, to put down wood flooring. And then, again, this is Nano Banana. So it does that. Excuse me. The details are kept, they're intact. It hasn't changed anything major. One thing I wanted to point attention to, it does reflections too. You see this basket on the floor? It's putting in the light, an appropriate reflection. Also, at the threshold here, where the light comes in from the hallway, it's put a reflection in there, and on the door jamb there. Again, that's something you could probably do in Photoshop, but that would take a bit of effort, more skill than I have. So I think that's pretty impressive. Like I say, you can do this sort of stuff in Grok and in ChatGPT. There's a couple other ones you can do it with too, the editing aspect. But I think Nano Banana has the world knowledge to do it a little better. It seems to understand more of what you're asking it to do. And in that sense, I think it's really helpful. You can use this, by the way, there's no charge to use this currently. You just have to log in with a Google account. You get access to it. I don't know how many images it gives you in a day. I've only done a few, so no idea. But it's very interesting to play with, and it's very simple to use. It's very useful for removing people from photos, similar to apps you would get on Android and such. But it's easier to use in the sense that you just basically tell it what you want it to do. Move these two people closer together. Remove the dog in the background. Make the sky sunny. It will also change lighting too. So if you have a photograph that's taken on a cloudy day, and you tell it to make the sky, make it a nice sunny day, you'll have the shadows of a sunny day. It'll change the lighting, stuff like that. So a lot of the things that you could do in Photoshop, granted, you can do much more quickly. And it's actually pretty cool. So that's another video in the can. If you found this informative or interesting, please consider liking and subscribing down below. And remember, be excellent to each other.